Hey. Excuse me. Yeah. So today we're going to be playing Super Mario 64. I got about 2 hours today. And I might just eat a little bit here and there as well. I'm pretty hungry. Alright, so I've definitely played this game before. I'm well versed in the Mario 64 world.
Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours
But
truly,
hopefully we'll get some interesting thoughts
Peach.
as I look at it through the eye of a designer. And trying to understand why this game has continued to rank so high on so many lists as being very popular and well regarded. I mean, first I gotta say, this is another series like Zelda Ocarina of Time. This series made the transition from 2D to 3D very gracefully, and it's just a testament to Nintendo that they were able to do so many things so right this very first time. Ciao! You've reached Princess Toadstool's castle via a warp pipe. Using the controller is a piece of cake. Press A to jump and B to attack. Press B to read signs too. Use the control stick in the center of the controller to move Mario around. Now head for the castle. There it is. A to jump, Z to crouch, B to punch, read a sign, or grab something. Press B again to throw something you're holding. That's a feature that's not used a ton, actually. Okay, so the camera's not the greatest. They hadn't figured out the camera entirely, but they were on the right track. I think that freeform camera from, you know, what did they put it into? Mario Sunshine on the GameCube with the C-sticks. With the C-stick, I think that was probably the best way to go. Okay, so here's the thing. Nintendo spent so much time just perfecting the controls. I also wouldn't mind being able to Z-target right behind Mario, like they put into Odyssey. That would be really nice. But there's just this procedural animation where he leans into his runs and he bobs around when he takes circles. Like, they spent so much time just perfecting how to run around that it's just genuinely fun to make Mario move, which is great because going from 2D to 3D was a big deal and something people weren't really familiar with. Oh, and just jumping is satisfying. Satisfying to do that triple jump by itself, which is pretty great. The jump diving is good. Swimming isn't the most intuitive. I actually remember as a kid having a really hard time figuring out how to get out of the water. I think you have to pull back and then you hop out of the water. But timing, a lot of the controller timing and stuff, it's kind of like in Breath of the Wild when you're nursing the stamina bar all the time. It's about timing things, paying attention to stuff. It's just the mastery of the controls themselves. Being able to side jumps and the long jumps. And then the jump dives. I remember spending a lot of time as a kid wandering around the outside of this castle. There's no pressure here, so it's very much like a toy. It's not driving you forward. Just, hey, do this, hey, do that. You just kind of do what you're gonna do. I love that they need to give a reason that there's a camera following you. That's kind of funny. I've never seen another game do that. Not to say that there isn't other games that do that, but that's the only game that I know of that does that. No one's home. Scram. By and large, I think the point of the camera is to make sure that you didn't have to use the camera. You could just kind of run around and control it. And I know the camera has been kind of the bane of the Nintendo designers' existence for a long time. They often mention it. And it's like Mario Galaxy was the first time they said they perfected, really figured out the camera. But even that one was pretty linearly controlled. Okay, so 3 stars to open this door. Interesting progression gating. Big star, 8 stars. Progression gating at these doors to make sure that you're funneled to less difficult areas. Be interesting to see. To map that out in a graph sometime. Now let's see, how am I supposed to know that I can go inside of a picture? What's the in-game tutorial? You have to master 3 important jumping techniques. First try the triple jump, then the long jump, then the wall kick. Triple jump, long jump, wall kick. It's true, you really don't. You can return to the castle's main hall at any time from the painting worlds where the enemies live. I mean, I'm going to assume that this is such a large thing that eventually you'll run up next to it and it'll wiggle. You're like, whoa, why is it wiggling? And you jump in it. Eventually, I guess you just figure out you're gonna jump in it because there's not much else to do. It's pretty cool, I guess. Wow, you're smack in the middle of the battlefield. You'll find the power stars that Bowser stole inside the painting worlds. First, talk to the Bob-omb, buddy. Press B to talk. He'll certainly help you out, and so will his comrades in other areas. Okay. Watch out! If you wander around, you're liable to be plastered by a water bomb. I mean, is this... is an open world like this compared to the 2D versions before it, you know, Super Mario World? Is this game overwhelming? Or is it fun? You know, like, there's just so much 3D. Is it just being carried by the awe of everything so well? It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Alright, so the pink ones are my friends. They do have a lot of tooltips on signs. This is not necessarily the most, I mean, I feel like this has been honed in quite a bit more. It would be interesting to compare how this tutorial is to the Mario Odyssey tutorial. How much they're like, we need to tell people how to do this, you know? Yeah. It is pretty interesting that this level starts and there's not really any bad guys around here, but you can see them in the distance. Familiar-ish Goombas. I wonder if they added this ability to punch things because it was so difficult to time jumps. But the whole game is a platformer, so you'd think that, you know, they would lean into it. Oh yeah, this mechanic. Forgot about this. Love this. I thought that was such a cool mechanic. Yeah, let's get Mario. You can just see this design and development team just pushing ideas around. Well, what if we want to have him climb? What if we want to have him do this? What if we want to have him slide down a hill? Yeah, it's just kind of a joy to run around. Pretty fun. Oh, he fell down after me. Now, this blob underneath me, that's not how shadows work. But it is a fantastic XYZ, or to know where I am on the XY plane when I'm going up and down on the Z plane. It's just always directly underneath me, so I can orient my character's position in XY space whilst I'm up in the air. No! Those little mushrooms are so tiny in comparison to the other games. Alright, so thinking of this stage right here is the tutorial. So basically you have basic controls you're figuring out in the open castle area with no enemies, so that's safe. And then this, running around, trying to figure out how to navigate, how to run and jump with enemies, which is different. Yeah, once you just get, I mean, even as a kid, I felt like I was getting mastery of these controls. I wasn't perfect, but I could certainly wall jump and all that kind of stuff, right? Side flips. Oh man, what right do I set foot on his Imperial mountaintop? I don't remember ever reading any of these. I mean, granted, I was... How old was I? 96? I was like 8 years old when this console came out. My brother and I had saved up money. We'd saved up money from our paper route. He mostly saved the money. I didn't make that much money as an 8-year-old. But we bought the console with that. And yeah, definitely played this, and I just don't really remember reading much. It was mostly about just let's see, what games did we have? We had Mario 64 and Pilot Wings, I think. Have to pick up the pace. So first lesson right there. If you wanna get Bowser, you have to fight him like we just fought this King Babam. Oh man, he just exploded. Hopefully that wasn't a big deal. Here we go. Nice. Alright, so heads up, by the way. You remember those doors that you can go through? Now start going through those doors. That's the star we were talking about. Try the princess's room on the 2nd floor. And the room with the painting of Whomp's Fortress on floor 1. So literally the only 2? That's funny. So already they're like, you can go wherever you want. No. So is this the one with the Whomp's Fortress? Reacting to the star power, the door slowly opens. Pretty great. Yeah, so that's Whomp's Fortress. What's this say? By the way, there's invisible walls. This is a thing we had to put into 3D games. I love how it doesn't slowly open. Oh, that's not a painting. Mario! My castle's in great peril. I know that Bowser is the cause, and I know that only you can stop him. The doors of the castle have been sealed by Bowser. That have been sealed by Bowser can be opened only with star power. But there are secret paths in the castle. Paths that Bowser hasn't found. One of those paths is in this room, and it holds one of the castle's secret stars. Alright, well, this is the worst birthday party ever. For Peach. Princess Toadstool. Peach. What's the speed that I need to get this special secret star?
Here we go!
So this game is really not hand-holdy. They just kind of trust that the game's fun. I love that. I love that a lot, actually. So 2 stars. Let's go get another Bob-omb one. Not a huge fan of Whomp's Fortress. Foot race. Beep-a-deep-a-deep. Beep-a-deep-a-deep-a-deep. Boop-a-doop-boop-a-doop. How fast are you? Are you fast enough to beat Koopa the Quick? Go! Alright, let's just follow him. Don't really know the path he takes because I was always so anxious about just blasting through and demolishing this fool. Oh, that seems very unintuitive. How do I do this? It's been a long time. Oh! A little harder to do. Oh, come on. Oh! The A buttons and B buttons are in different positions than they were on the 64 controller, which I never really thought of until I am struggling to press the buttons at the same time like I did as a kid. My muscle memory. Absolutely been demolished by Koopa the Quick. Oh! I should not have won. Yeah, I'm like a human blur. Here we go. Nice. You can come and go from the open courses as you please. The enemies ahead are even meaner, so be careful. What's the other 3 door? Is the Dire Docks. Is that 3 stars? Where is it? Over here. Yep. Oh, hey Toad. It's a human. I mean, a living entity. The names of the stars are also hints for finding them. They're displayed at the beginning of each course. You can collect the stars in any order. You won't find some stars, enemies, or items unless you select a specific star. After you collect some stars, you can try another course. We're all waiting for your help. It's a little abandoned in here, isn't it? You really should, you know. You have to press the colored cap switches in the castle's hidden courses. You'll find the hidden courses only after gaining some of the power stars. Red for the wing cap, green for the metal cap, and blue for the vanish cap. Gotta love those hidden courses. Yeah, I mean, once again, I feel like this era of Nintendo is just so much about... These games are fun because they're 3D, and we worked so hard to build the controls. And we're not trying to do anything more other than just make this fantastic toy for you to run around in. I love that. They feel, I don't know the word, wholesome? Simple? They're not simple, for sure. Definitely complicated games. But they know exactly what they're trying to be. Got so many bubbles coming off me. Wonder the purpose of the bubbles and the little particle effects in the water. Is that just to continue to remind me that I'm underwater? In Ocarina of Time, it kind of like wobbles around a little bit. The camera distorts programmatically. Whereas this, once you're underwater, it looks just like normal, except you have different game mechanics. Control controls, different controls. So, there's a pretty common game design framework separating toys from games, challenges. Off the top of my head, it's been a while since I've really thought about the framework, but essentially what they're... The idea is that you've got... Can I climb this? No, I can't climb that. Can I jump out of this? Yes. It's a good thing that this Dire Dire Docks is got the most chill music, because swimming mechanics are not super easy, and they are a little slow, clunky feeling. But this music is just so good. Yeah, so if you start with the most basic thing, it's a toy, right? So you have a doll or a Rubik's Cube or something. There's no goal. You just have it, and you dork around with it for the sake of dorking around with it. And ooh, thank you, Panacoic, or Panacoic. Actually, don't know. I've never actually said your name out loud. I understand what's happening there, though, because of you. Which one, man? Jolly Roger Bay, plunder in the sunken ship. All right, let's go get that plunder down here in the sunken ship. And the nice thing about toys is that because of that, there are no goals, right? There are no explicitly stated goals. Oh my! Probably should do something about that. Oh please! Oh please! Oh please! Oh please! Oh please! Oh please! Oh man! Did not make it very far that time.
Mamma mia!
And so toys are the most accessible. I have a point with this. I'm not just rambling. Toys have they're the most accessible kind of gamey thing, you know, play thing. And then above that you have like a challenge, I believe. And the idea of a challenge is that you just add goals. Oh man, I just did the same thing. Silly me. Come out of that ship, mister. I don't need you to be there. Let's see if we can get over here. I love this very forgiving mechanic that you get out of the water and it heals you up. Whatever, because you lose oxygen slices there, but you also... Yeah, see, that's the most intuitive little mechanic there. The guy comes out after you leave. Anyway, not that big of a deal. Oh, that's not the right one. But the nice thing is I can always just heal myself every time I come up here. Yeah, so then once you've made added a goal, then your toy turns from, like, say, a Rubik's Cube. It's like with no goal, it's like, oh, now I'm going to try and solve this Rubik's Cube. I'm going to make all the sides be all lined up. And then when you have a game is basically when you have some sort of externally placed goal on you or something instead of a personal goal. Toys versus games. I don't know, something somewhere in there. I'm so distracted. I'm having a hard time getting my thoughts out while I'm playing the game. Haven't figured out how to do that whole game streaming thing yet. Ah. That was a pretty good one. Oh. Yeah. Killing it. Here we go. So anyway, the whole point that I bring that up, was reading that sign over there. It was like, is it this sign? No, not that one. The sign talking about the different stars and where they are and how you get them, and stuff like that. And all those different stars are basically like Mario 64. I think is fun because at its core, it's a toy. It's a really fun toy to just talked about this multiple times so far. It's really fun to just run around and do nothing. And so if it's fun as a toy, and then you add these little layers of goals on top of it with the stars, then you just get to master the controls. Like, the toy of the game is like making Mario do stuff, and then the experience of doing that. Can I butt stomp, right? Yeah, there we go. Backflip, butt stomp. These little, like, strung together combos. I remember Mark Brown did a video where he was talking about the expressiveness of Mario's controls and how you have the verbs, basic verbs of run and jump and grab, but then it's when you start combining them together and you hold down one button and you modify it and move it around and things like that, that you start getting this these really satisfying controls everywhere. What am I playing? This looks like my... Okay, here we go. Ooh, what's this? Welcome to the snow slide. Hop on. To speed up, press forward on the control stick. To slow down, pull back. Never actually thought about doing that. Why would you slow down? Just kidding. I know why you'd slow down. If you're a noob like me, terrible at this game. Pretty much every time, that's where I die. That, my friend, is where you want to slow down. Let's try it again. But, go slow this time. Wonder what the, test levels look like in this game, the one where they were just testing out all of the different gameplay mechanics. I've seen the debug room in Ocarina of Time, but I've never seen the debug room. Oh, I just did it again, same spot. Slow down a little earlier. I've never seen the debug room in Mario 64.
Mamma mia!
I wonder if somebody's found that, or if it's still in the cartridge somewhere or on a beta disc. Thunk. I love that you can go down in your stomach as well. Whoa. Hey there, Frog Boy, welcome back. Too sharp, too sharp. No! I'm so bad at this. I took that first corner just fine, but I slowed down at the wrong point. Whoa. Yeah, I did it! Oh no, no glorious star right now. Egad, my baby. Have you seen my baby? She's the most precious baby in the whole wide world. Wait, did I? Oh, okay. It's like, did I not get a star?
Here we go!
Yeah, I'm really interested in what all these signs say that I've like literally never read. Oh man, playing Super Mario 64 on the keyboard? There's no way I'm playing that on the keyboard. Am I the Mario movie? Is that what we're doing now? I mean, I'll be the Mario movie, but I'm not doing too many voices, not yet. I'm embarrassed, okay. Where's the Whomp's Fortress? Haven't played any levels there yet. Maybe something interesting will pop up to talk about. Oh, wrong one. Wrong combo of buttons. Hello, the Lakitu Bros. Cutting in with a live update on Mario's progress. He's about to learn a technique for sneaking up on enemies. The trick is this. He has to walk very slowly in order to walk quietly. And wrapping up filming techniques reported on earlier, you can take a look around using C right and C left. Press C down to view the action from a distance. When you can't move the camera any further, the buzzer will sound. This is the Lakitu Brothers signing off. Alright, so this is how I sneak up on stuff. This is too finicky. I'm terrified. I'm sleeping because I'm sleepy. Pretty sure that's going to be my answer from now on. Oh man, why are you tired? Because I'm sleepy. I don't like being disturbed. Please walk quietly. Beat that crud out of that guy right in the face. Because I'm a jerk. What am I doing? Chip off Bob's block. Alright. Good question, Frog. Yeah, who really likes the N64 joystick and controller? I'll be honest, I've got a soft spot for it, but I'm old. I mean, the console came out when I was 8, and it was definitely my defining console. I didn't have a PlayStation. I didn't have a PlayStation or anything, so I kind of had like an NES, and then had the 64, and that was pretty defining for me. And the idea of having a stick, because it was before the dual stick PlayStation controllers came out, and obviously before Xbox. But that stick definitely makes me feel little kid nostalgias. Now, is it actually that great of a controller? It's pretty debatable. I would say most likely not. It's certainly not standardized. But gotta give credit where credit's due. Nintendo didn't have anything to look at beforehand, and they were like, how do we get all of our stuff? I think it's interesting that they put that little 3D stick in the middle of their controller instead of on the left side, because they were like, well, people are gonna just make games with the D-pad most of the time, and that's the easiest way to hold the controller. But if we want 3D, you can always have it right in the middle, but then most games use the stick, so it was kinda that they put it in the wrong spot, you know. Now the way the stick got what am I playing? Top of the Fortress. The way the stick got all scraped up and messed with. Oh, come on. There we go. Everything. I think that was probably the. Oh, bummer. I think that's what makes Mario 64 so fun, is that so much of controlling it is just like dorking around. You're like, how fast can I do it? It's a little mastery of the controls and the path that you're running, and it's annoying to fall off bridges and ledges and stuff, but you're in these dioramas as opposed to these left to right worlds. So you just kind of run around wherever you are, and going up means that you can fall down things, but really it's not super common to fall off the edge of the map. It's pretty fun. So even though I just made a couple of mistakes there, not that big of a deal. It is a bummer when you lose a lot of progress, but you know, eventually you just kind of get better at the game and you don't really lose as much progress. Whoa, come on, come on, come on! Oh. Forgot bullet bills were in this game. Now, SNES to Xbox One. That's a pretty solid jump. I think it's fun to try and emulate the 64 controller. I mean, maybe this is just me being a nerd designer, but I really like coming up with control schemes and stuff. So when the Steam controller came out a couple of years ago, I thought that was the coolest thing in the world, because it just, I mean, it just had like the weird like face trackpads on it and no face buttons, you know. And that was pretty fun, because it was like, how can I wrap my head around the idea of building a completely novel but intuitive still control scheme, and I cut my teeth on controller mappings that way. I have emulated some stuff on the keyboard or whatever, like SNES on the keyboard, back before I, you know, when I was a kid and I didn't have any money or whatever. Didn't have any controllers in the house. But shoot to the island in the sky. Oh, okay, I'll shoot to that island in the sky. I'll do that. Oh yeah, that was close. He almost got me. PS Vita was interesting. Wait, where did they put the stick in the PS Vita? I know the PSP had the little stick just below the trackpad, and it was kind of like a little afterthought, like, yeah, I mean, you need to be able to control 3D stuff. I love the butt stomp will just stop you exactly wherever you are, and you just drop down immediately. Oh please, oh please, oh please. Yeah, cool. Sometimes, if you pass through a coin ring... It had a trackpad on the back of it? That's amazing. So like, you hold the controller like this and you just kind of like rub that with your fingers. It's a pretty cool idea. You know, the Steam controller had little clicky things here, and now the Steam Deck has two buttons, one up here and one down here, which I think are the best buttons for like if you're playing like a first-person shooter or something, and you're used to the buttons being here, you know, jump being on like A or B or something like that. Instead, you swap it to this, like duck and jump are here, and then you have you never have to take your finger off of the stick to look around. I think it's pretty great additional set of buttons that I wish were on every controller. Shoot to the island in the sky. Okay, 9. I got 9. I was aiming for 9 so I could go over here. Oh, it's not here yet? Alright. Is it 10? Maybe it's 10. But I have an 8 so I can open up this door. Wahaha! You stepped right into my trap, just as I knew you would. I warn you, quote-unquote friend. Watch thy step. Darn, I was on such a roll. Clearly I'm a speedrunner. I've practiced this game a lot. No, I haven't. I'm not a speedrunner. I never tried to speedrun anything in my life, actually. Oh good, I was getting low on lives. These little electric dudes, they're apparently like enemies. Nope, that didn't zoom in. They're enemies from earlier Mario games, but they look so different this one. I don't really think of them that way. Yeah, so this game really did define a lot of 3D Mario conventions, but aesthetically it's not very Mario-like in comparison to like Super Mario 3D World or Mario Odyssey that really leaned heavier into that big yellow blocky sliding blocks and stuff. Wonder if that was because they hadn't defined it yet, or they just didn't try to put it in here. Like, I guess these checkered stairs. Those are pretty solidly Super Mario 3. So maybe it is fairly aesthetically similar to what was going on at the time. Tough luck, Mario. Princess Toadstool isn't here. Gwahaha. Go ahead. Just try and grab me by the tail. Oh man, so even if you didn't pay attention to the Babam dude earlier, he told you exactly how to beat him here. This game is certainly not one of subtlety. It's definitely a game of, can I master the controls? Nope, wrong button. When you're trying to grab, don't so long, King Bowser. Oh, nope, B. Oh man, that was pretty solid timing. Typically not that good at that. I love this sound effect for the key. It's just a good one. Alright, let's get one more star. So long, Gay Bowser! Yeah. Let's go see some fun stuff down her. Stars for this place. 30? You need 21 more stars. Alright, fine. Actually, let's, before I spend 20 minutes trying to catch Mips, why they did that. It's an interesting challenge. Was that sign over here? What? There's a door that just goes right there? Did I ever know that? I guess it's probably supposed to be an exit only, that slide that I was just complaining about. For some reason it's an exit only. Now, how am I supposed to know that butt stomping on these does anything? Does this sign say something about it? It is decreed that one shall pound the pillars. Yes. Have I seen the Deadpool Xbox controller? No, I haven't. I'm gonna look it up right now, though. The cheeky. That's pretty great. Solid marketing. They just asked Ryan Reynolds, what would you do? And he's like, just watch. Hopefully it's a trackpad. Each cheek is a trackpad. Yeah, that many? Yeah. Collect coins. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I love this wobbling vertex effect with this sphere map over it. It's so oily.
Let's go.
Is this map helpful? Don't know that I've ever used that map. Right, the work elevator, and left, the black hole underground lake. I mean, that's where I want to go, right? I want to make it to the lake. That's the lake, so maybe I should go right. I usually go left. I know how to do the long jump though, guys. I've done it. Will I buy the Deadpool controller, but not for gaming? But not for gaming? Only if it's a trackpad. Only if I get to fondle those sweet cheeks as I move my mouse around. This must be the big room that I thought was potentially a lake, but it's not a lake. Haven't spent a ton of time in this particular level. I don't have it totally memorized. Okay, I really actually don't care that much. So, if we imagine that the No! Try to do some Mario Odyssey moves right there. Dope. These shy guys. You guys don't give me any coins. That's all I'm aiming for. Yeah, so if we think of the stars, you could almost think of it like Mario 64 is really just a toy with like, oh my gosh, that's too big of a jump. Oh man. What's down here? It's like Xbox achievements or Steam achievements or something. Achievements. Regardless of platform. Up, black hole. Let's go there. Let's see if we can get some coins. Woo! It's okay, I didn't want to be alive. I wanted to die.
Mamma mia!
Alright, I guess there's a reason why I typically went left. Actually know how to get where I'm going. So this idea of having a series of just Xbox or Steam achievements or whatever, and that's your main progression mechanic is really pretty interesting because it's pre those things, and they're not shared with your friends or anything, but you're certainly, yeah, let's just go. A gentle sea dragon lives here. Pound on his back to make him lower his head. Don't become his lunch. But if he's a gentle sea dragon, why is he trying to eat me? Alright, gentle sea dragon. Where are you at? Come on, Nessie. This is a pretty bespoke mechanic here.
Here we go!
Controlling that guy. Let's see if the red cap place is open. Again, I can't really remember how many stars it takes. Are you talking about the video? Yeah, so you're talking about the second person video where they're in the car. Yeah. Can't remember what game it was, but it was like you were seeing the perspective of the cops chasing someone in a car, but you were the one controlling the car somewhere else. I thought that was, if that's the video you're talking about, I thought it was pretty cool. I really played around with second person. Second person in writing is like, well, I guess Zork and, you know, text message or text adventure games are fairly. Where did it go? Got it. So Zork is like, you are standing on a ledge. You have 3. Well, great. did all the hard work, but I didn't get my star. Alright, now I can get caps. So that's second person from literature applied directly to games, because first person would be like, I am standing around, and third person is like, Mario is standing around, and second person is like, you are standing around. So I find that that's an interesting oh, there's no way of getting that. Whoa. Bastion had a really the game Bastion had a really interesting third person where the narrator would just narrate everything you were doing. And that was pretty. Oh yeah, I don't want to keep doing these. I want to go to the fire level. You know, it's like the boy got up out of bed and he started walking down the path. You know, it's just it would mimic everything you did. I thought that was pretty interesting third person narration, which is different than third person controlling. Obviously, it was a third-person perspective because it's a top-down isometric hack-and-slash game. Way harder in game design. I agree with that. I'm having a really hard time imagining like what would be an interesting and novel way to do Boil the Big Bully. Okay. How to do something like that. I think the that idea of you're inside the cop car chasing the other car is probably the best case to be made for a second person. But I still don't know, like, other than the novelty of it, I really don't know how useful it would be. Stinkers. Like, let's see, if we were just as a thought experiment to mess around with Mario here, how would you make a second person Mario game and make it make sense? Like, my first thought is like, well, multiplayer would be kind of interesting, you know. You're seeing okay, so what's the limitations there that we're working with? Are we trying to do camera? The camera is... Because we define games personness based on the camera perspective. First-person puzzle game would be like Portal. A third-person puzzle game would be like Zelda or something. A first-person platformer would be like Half-Life is kind of a first-person platformer at times. A third-person platformer would be like this. A side-scrolling platformer would be a Mario game. So a third-person platformer, we imagine, is like a Banjo-Kazooie. A second-person platformer is like... trying to understand what you mean by that, Frog. The player is a great guy and evil, as in like the good guy and the bad guy, the villain and the hero of the story, something like that. I beat that guy with only half an A press. Ah! Thank you, fire.
Here we go!
Let's see, what are the levels? Oh, we got the desert level. Yeah, desert level's fun. Secret level.
Let's go!
Talons of the Big Bird. Yeah, got a star right there. There's a grab mechanic. The oft not used grab mechanic. Oh. Oh, that's a shy guy. So it was the other dude that was shooting things at me. Is also a shy guy? Ah, controlling both of them, that's what you mean. Yeah, okay. So that could be interesting. There's an indie game called Brothers, Tale of Two Brothers, something like that. And that game, you control two characters at the same time, one for each stick. Not quite what you were talking about, but there is some precedent for it. The point of that one was, I mean, it was pretty cool because you control the older brother with one stick and then the younger brother with the other stick. Hey, guy. Thanks for coming over here. And then, spoiler alert, I'm just gonna absolutely destroy the game for you. The older brother dies about halfway through the game, and you need to make it back to the beginning portion of the game and basically go backwards through all your puzzles. But you don't have the big brother there to help you, and so it's just like a completely different game. When you're playing it by yourself, and it's kind of a coming-of-age kind of story. It's pretty good. Mechanically, I liked it. But you're not controlling the bad guy and the good guy at the same time. I would argue that either way, like, while an interesting mechanic, that's probably not what I would consider to be shining atop the camera. I wouldn't consider that necessarily to be the second person. But it's still cool. Oh, don't touch that. You died like immediately. Good to know, good to know.
Mamma mia!
I have 0 lives remaining.
Let's go!
Oh, I thought it was an extra life there. Never mind. Oh, that's where it is. I knew there was one around here somewhere.
Game over!
Game over!
Okie dokie!
Alright, well, cool. Drops me right back out here. It's actually not It's such a peaceful way to start the game every time. It doesn't drop you off right where you were, just kick you out of the painting as before. Just starts you in this beautiful painterly outside bit of nature. So the challenge, obviously, of having you control the good guy and the bad guy simultaneously is that one of them would need to lose. And so then you would basically be like playing if they were pitted against each other. And then if you were just like gaming one side or cheesing one side just so the other one would win for a particular reward, then you would just have to design the game so that it's not that kind of game. So that's when things start getting really novel. How do you manage to do that? Oh, come on. Nailed it. Is it just spinning the camera everywhere? That's interesting. I mean, you're not a character in the story, but what you do have reflections on both of them. Okay. That's interesting, so kind of a meta story. Or meta progression kind of thing. That's almost like I could imagine something where it's like community involvement, like something like Twitch Plays Pokemon. Maybe not that literal, but something kind of like that. Twitch Plays Pokemon has some sort of control over the over like global variables, maybe. So, you know, based on the chat or something like that, there's like 20% positive, 80% negative comments, and so because the chat has like an 80% negative sentiment or something like that, then the world is more dark or whatever the case is. So you could have some sort of global control, but then applying that to something more granular, like 2 individual characters, is an interesting one, because then... Okay, so, once again, what I imagine that is second person. It's a really interesting thought experiment. I appreciate you running down this one with me, Frog Boy. I imagine that would feel like... Actually, that's kind of interesting. So it's almost like you're influencing somebody else's game. So if you had 2 characters that were independent of each other, and they just kind of had AI, and then you were telling them what to do with this layer of abstraction. Yeah. Between the controls you give them. So kind of like an RTS game. Oh man, what's that one? I've never played it. My brother was telling me about it a while ago. But the idea is that it's like a city builder, kind of civilization kind of game. And then, you know, you had like kingdoms that would go to war with each other and stuff. And basically all you did was mess around with the economy. You would tweak like taxes and stuff. But then the characters in the game would kind of move around like The Sims or something. So it's kind of like The Sims, actually. Yeah, The Sims. So that's kind of an interesting idea. That's at like a town scale. So could you do something that kind of felt that way on an individual character perspective, on a more traditional storytelling or something. That's a pretty interesting idea. So yeah, I mean, it kind of comes down to whispering in their ears. Good angel and like a devil on your two shoulders or something. Can the eel come out to play? Why are the first two levels or stars in this level about the eel? I don't really like the eel. The eel scares me, okay? I have feelings from when I was a child, and this eel scared the poo out of me. They have these eels in Majora's Mask as well, and I don't like them. Alright, can I snag this star? Nope, missed it. Running out of health. Come on. Ugh. Okay. Oh, the eel probably went back. Darn. It's not easy. Maybe I'll just hang out right here. Oh, that didn't work. Oh. I don't like this star.
Mamma mia!
So, from a mechanical perspective, so the game could be like called Conscience or something, and then you whisper into different characters' ears, and they carry out their own political intrigue because they have their own AI, but it's all based on interpretation of like LLMs. So you whispered in, it translates what you said, and it passes it to a large language model, which kind of pulls out the intent of things, passes that information over to your in-game characters, and then they carry out their tasks. That'd be pretty interesting. So you could, because both sides are doing their own thing. It would be interesting, you know, like say you're playing like a Final Fantasy or something with this second-person mechanic or something like that. Then you could essentially influence the bad guys and the good guys to do opposing things or get them into really gnarly situations because you're playing both sides, acting as their conscience. It's pretty dark. Nope. Don't know how I know that pattern either. Played the game enough times, I guess. Yeah, so this has been a pretty interesting one to just sit and stream because, like I said, the controls, it's just fun to play this game. It's a very familiar and comfortable game for me. So it's mostly just kind of like I'm just kind of dorking around, you know? It's kind of great. Yeah, so if you're just whispering in their ear, shoot into the wild. If you're just whispering into their ear and you don't actually have direct control over them, then I wonder, could it be like, how persuasive are you? Like that's the whole thing. It's like if you're super persuasive, then you can get them to do more things, or they trust you. Like, say you whisper in their ear and then they get a good result, then they are more willing to listen to your whisperings, to your connivings. Oh. Once again, expecting Mario Odyssey controls. This is shaping up to be a pretty cool little game concept, Frog. To be clear, I still quibble at the second-person perspective, it being a second-person perspective game. However, that's beside the point if it's still really cool and it comes out to a cool game. People can define it as whatever they want, but if it were a game jam and the rules were what? And the rules were, you know, make a second-person game, I don't know if I could claim that that was a second-person game. Here we go. Yeah, it makes me wonder if there's just not really a whole lot of space for a really solid second-person game. Just because of the literal and tangible controlled elements. Red coins. Alright. So I was playing The Witcher yesterday on this stream. It's a game that I hadn't really played before, but I basically didn't talk at all the whole time because I was so focused on like picking up the combat system and picking up the story bits and trying to take in the world. It was very beautiful, you know, good music and beautiful art and things like that. It was interesting just watching myself go, oh, this is not like my normal streams where I know the game super well. Learned a lot about it, but it was a very different experience. 4. Okay. Yeah, I agree. There are definitely problems with the AI models. However, one of the nice things about it is that you don't have to really pass the Turing test so hard with that particular model. So you could use an older LLM like a 3.5, OpenAI 3.5, or something like that. ChatGPT 3.5, whatever. Something that you could run on an individual computer, and you just have your GPU crunch on it. And if it was not a super graphics intensive game, you know, say it was just, I don't know, less intense. Only got 5, okay. 2 there, okay. Oh. No. No. That was close. Then you could just, you know, set aside compute. That did not work. Whoa. Jeepers, mister. I'm not typically a fan of getting the red coins. Is definitely a flex of control mastery, that's for sure. But you gotta be in the mood for it, and it takes thought. That I haven't really been paying attention. Also been collecting. I've been collecting a bunch of these coins, and so every time I get hurt, it gets harder and harder. So I'll just go and get this star. Apparently that was a good way to die, though. Not exactly the easiest attempt. Let's see. 15 stars. I need 30, right? To get to the next Bowser. Let's head back down. Oh yeah, can I go over here? The ghost place. I haven't been here in forever. Absolutely forgot about this place. Luigi is real. Okay. So, how do I get into the ghost place? Vaguely just remember there was like a... Am I missing it? Am I just kind of being a dunce? Or is it not here yet? Yahoo! Yeah, must not be here yet. That's fine. That's fine. Man, I'm just beating myself up here. There's Mips. Hardest rabbit to catch ever. See, this 8 red coins is pretty easy. I like this one. I mean, it's also kind of boring, but it's really easy. Oh look, you come into the world with the same number of hearts you had going into it. That's funny.
Mamma mia!
Have a good one, Frog, and good night. Thanks for watching. Good to have you around.
Let's go.
Just absolutely demolishing myself here.
Here we go.
I want to go into the pyramid.
Let's go.
How do I get up here? Man, who knows? Who knows? Oh, no.
Mamma mia. Let's go.
Shining atop the pyramid. Don't they have big ol' tornadoes? I seem to remember there being tornadoes. I would use those. Those not the thing yet? Maybe one of these Shy Guys could jump on his head, spin away. How to get to that pyramid? I guess the way the designers made it is that I would... Oh. Just sink into the sand again. Okay. Alright, so if I look at the level design and I stop trying to be a sequence breaker or whatever,
Let's go.
then I guess I would be going all the way around the pyramid. And then back up. Don't steal my hat, mister. I don't like that. Okay. So there's that tornado that I was thinking about riding. Extremely useful for my particular purposes. Oh please, oh please, oh please. No, it's just too hard to get. I don't know that I've ever actually done this star the right way before. I feel like it's just very high risk in comparison. Gives me more respect for the star. No! Not doing me any good right now. You know I can just run up these, I guess. Man!
Game over.
Game over. That's gotta be such an expensive part of that game. As far as rendering power and everything, and it's just like, whatever. It's important. It's important we put it in here because it's 3D. You just stretch his face. Also, we need to be able to turn it into a mini game later. Alright, I'll probably do a couple more stars and then hop off. I think I've got a pretty solid take on this game in particular. I think the idea that it's primarily just a really great and well-designed toy with Steam achievements on top of it makes it's a probably pretty solid designerly. Hey, I caught Mips so fast. Designerly take on why this game has stood the test of time. Also the fact that it absolutely just nailed so many things about 3D. Like, probably the fact that this game was so good is why 3D games just kept getting made, because there was such a good template already. Red Hot Log Rolling. Yeah, why can't I get my camera to turn that direction? That doesn't make any sense. Oh. Man.
Mamma mia.
There is sort of a try one more time feel with how you go in, like aiming for a particular challenge. That's pretty cool. Seems a little, don't like dying. Mario Odyssey made it a little more forgiving. I don't know if better though. Kind of hard to tell where they're coming from. Wow. Going the wrong way, come on. There we go. This is difficult. Well done. Well done, Nintendo.
Here we go!
That's pretty cool. Maybe another hazy maze. Let's see if I can remember how to get there. It's up here. Elevate for 8 red coins. I don't want to do 8 red coins. Okay, it's an elevator. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. It'll be the last star. It'll be worth it. One I'm proud of. Welcome back, Frog. So I'm gonna do this last star, and then I'm gonna hop off. Elevate for 8 red coins. So I find that when they open up the controls for Breath of the Wild, from, you know, it used to be basically the Ocarina of Time kind of controls. Once they open those controls up, I started doing similar moves as what I'm doing right now. Where, you know, you position yourself, you don't make it one way, then you just kind of like try backflip or something like that to get where you're trying to go. Making the Zelda games so physics-based is definitely different. Oh man, this camera is bonkers, not the best. Alright, where else are these red coins? Oh, that. Ooh. Wasn't paying attention. Eesh. Sound design or visual design? I have zero experience with sound design. And my only real experience with visual design is as a producer. And visual design, there's a reason why artists spend their entire lives trying to become good at their craft. It's not for the faint of heart. I feel like both of them are equally difficult, but have very different languages. Both are incredibly valuable. Oh, thank you. All right, last star.
Here we go!
Excellent. Good work, y'all. Solid hour and 50 minutes on Mario 64 today. I think there's going to be a good video about this one that comes out sometime. So I've decided basically what I'm going to be doing is just because of schedule and stuff, I'm just going to be playing through these. So I'm starting at noon my time every weekday, and then I just play through 2 or 3 hours each game, and talk about my thoughts about the game, and then I'm going to go through and analyze those a little bit more and then make videos about each one. So there's going to be 100 video games, or videos, one about each one of these games that I'm playing sometime in the future, but we got to play through the games first. But anyway, Frog, I'm heading out. Hopefully you get some sleep. Talk to you later.